It's your girl, Tampa Mystic, and we are live on the Industry's Most Wanted podcast. Listen, I got a special guest checking in tonight, but y'all got to stick around for it. And there he is. He goes by the name of Soular235. What's good, brother?
Chilling. How you doing?
Hey, listen, everything is good. I appreciate you being here tonight. You know what I'm saying? You like my brother from another. We already got a lot of people. Oh, I think you need to turn it down. If you got something playing in the background.
Yeah. This thing is wilding right now.
It's creating echoes. Shout out to everybody checking in, man. I already see people tapping in. Shout out to everybody on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook. Like we live everywhere with it right now.
Hold on one second. Let me see what's going on here.
Shout out to everybody checking in, man. I already see people tapping in. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. He getting the audio together, y'all. Twitch, Facebook, like we live everywhere with it right now.
Hold on one second. Let me see what's going on here. All right, you there?
Yes.
All right.
Probably just turn the volume down a little bit on your laptop.
Yeah. All right. How about now?
Can you still hear me okay, though?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're going to work through this. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you being with me tonight right here, of course, on the Industry's Most Wanted podcast, man. Introduce yourself.
How about now?
Can you still hear me okay, though?
Yeah. Still a little shaky here.
You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you being with me. Do you have the interview playing somewhere else?
Nah. This is only playing in one spot. I don't know why it's doing that. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna try something to see if it works. All right.
Okay, no problem. We here. We tapped in. Right. Appreciate y'all being patient, man. We're gonna bring him back on in just a couple minutes, but in the meantime, I'll just holler at you guys. You know, I go by Tampa Mystic. This is the Industry's Most Wanted podcast. I've been podcasting for over a decade now, man. Long time. I do in-person interviews. I do virtual interviews. We do written interviews. We do magazine interviews and the Grind Report. You know what I'm saying? We do press releases, publications, all that stuff. We do single service into the DJs. We got multiple internet radio stations. Me and my business partner, Shaw Cypher. He's also one half of the Grind Report. Man, he's one half of everything I do, I should say. So if you guys are looking for, some proper promo and media coverage, we got you. We just waiting on Soular235 to come back in. That way we can get him joined in and get the interview popping. He was just having some audio issues, but it's okay. Technical difficulties are going to happen from the time to time, and we're going to work through that. You dig? But yeah, make sure you guys follow me at Tampa Mystic on all social media, at Industries Most Wanted. And you can see how it's spelled right back here, Industries Most Wanted on all social media. So yeah, we just going to keep things popping. See if we can get Soular235 back in here and get him his audio together. If not, we can redo this again. It ain't no thing. What's going on, everybody? Shout out to everybody tuned in, checked in. It's the Industry's Most Wanted podcast. Thank you guys, everybody tapping in. I'm just waiting on my guest, Soular235, to get his audio together. He was having some feedback on there. So we're about to bring him back on and see if we can. All right, let's try this again.
Yo.
Testing 1 2 3 4. Testing 1 2 3 4. We good?
Testing 1 2 3 4. I hear you clearly.
Okay, I think we in the building. I was keeping them entertained while you was gone. Shout out to everybody checked in one more time. It's your girl Tampa Mystic, Industry's Most Wanted podcast. We live on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. We're on multiple digital platforms right now. But without further ado, man, I got my brother Soular235 checking in, man. Somebody I've known for a long time. I met him through my business partner, Shaw Cypher, that I was just talking about. So introduce yourself, brother.
Name Soular235. You already know what it is, man. Juggernaut in the industry. What's good?
Hey, hey, man, listen, we got a lot to talk about, and we got a new single of yours that we're going to premiere tonight. So, I always like to give people a proper introduction of you because it's important that they understand your journey. You just didn't wake up and become the dope person that you are today. Like, you had to work to get there. You went through a lot of ups and downs and struggles, as we all do within life and music. So, let's take it back, man, to your childhood. Where did you grow up?
Brooklyn, New York.
Hey.
You know, rough out there, man, but it is what it is. You know, survived the struggle and made it through the journey. Still following the journey, I should say.
Facts, man. Well, listen, let's talk about that because I think as kids in our childhood, we always have, aspirations. I want to do this when I grow up. I want to do this when I grow up. What was it for you before music?
Before music, honestly, I was focusing more on like basketball than I
Okay.
focused on flight technology. That was something that I
Oh,
actually wanted to do. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But also definitely the martial arts. That was one major key factor in my life, before music.
Oh, hold on. Stand up and bust a move for us. Kung Fu Fighter.
Nah, I don't showboat. It's not about showboat, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
But
I was gonna make them bust a move for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Quick little martial arts going on. Nah, bro, that's dope. And I always like to ask that because it seems as if I've been doing this for a long, long time. And what I've noticed is a lot of artists or just entrepreneurs, period, that I have these conversations with that are successful and that are thriving always had some other things going on in their childhood which helped them to get to where they are. And I think doing sports, mixed martial arts, stuff like that definitely sets you up for where you're at today because it teaches you structure, etc.
right.
So when did music come into play?
Music came into about 1992 for my personal life. I was always surrounded by musicians. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? My management, Forever Shining, Big High. Mr. J. You know what I'm saying? Rick. Like, I grew up in a time where you had to basically, prove yourself. And what I
Yeah.
mean by prove yourself, it wasn't just about if you rapped, you rapped. If you did this, you did that. It was more about teaching you how to become a man. We didn't really have father figures growing up. So our father figure was basically the streets and the OGs and the people that raised us.
Right.
So
Understood.
so it was rough. It was a rough journey. So through the process, thanks to my brother George Shannon, you know what I'm saying? He's a guy that, I definitely respect. I look up to. He started me doing the music. You know what I'm saying? It was rough battling me every day when I couldn't rap. You know what I'm saying? But
Keeping you on your toes, huh?
yeah, basically, and I always give praise to him, you know what I'm saying, no matter what, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been able to cope with the
Yeah.
situations that I face today. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So
That's powerful right there. And it's so important that you have people around you like that, whether it be a bigger brother or just an OG or an uncle or pops or somebody that's going to help, make sure you're following the right path because it's easy, especially if you in the streets and stuff, to get caught up in the wrong situations. That's going to put you, in a situation that you can't get yourself out of, man. And, fortunately, you're in a good position, what you got going on. You've been following your music path. You also do some engineering. Like, tell us all the things that you got going on in this music business, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about your journey.
oh man, ghostwriter, recording engineer, uh, you name it, I do it. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be a ghost than that for me to be focusing more on, yo, I want my name to be big and known and I need my numbers here and such. I really don't care about any of that. It's about connecting with people and keep connecting and expanding everything that you can do. You know what I'm saying? Or they can help you do. The
Right.
music is just me having fun with it. It's
Yeah,
the
the music
behind the
is a
scenes
gateway,
work,
really.
right? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I'm a big believer in you and I think we kind of like are on the same thing, even though we do different stuff. I'm a content creator and a radio personality, and you're on a different side of the business. But I think our direction in this is the same because music is our passion, right?
Correct.
But our passion has led us to our purpose, and that's to help other people and put other people in platforms to do better. You being a mix engineer, that alone right there is helping other people be great, because without a great engineer your song is not good.
Facts.
Like engineers need way more credit than they're getting, because I've heard some of these artists perform live and I'm like, bro, is that the same person? Shout out to the engineers of the world out here getting them all the way together. But that's dope, man. So throughout your journey, when would you say that you said since about 92 is when you started dabbling into music, which that's a long time. Like you look like you're 22. So I'm not sure how you started in 92. Cause guess what? I graduated high school in 92. I'm a real OG, y'all.
That's dope. That's dope.
So you and I kind of in that same era of, when we really fell in love with like hip hop and, really started loving, this music business. But throughout your journey, when would you say that you really started like making sure you got your business together and started taking it seriously? About how long after you started doing music did that take place for you?
I would say like 1999, 2000, same time that I met Cypher. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of stuff was going on during that time. We were involved in different groups. I was involved in groups and, started really collaborating with people in the music industry. Shout out to all the pioneers out there that's guided me through each step. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But definitely like 99, 2000 is when everything started really hitting, because
And
those
that's
were the
so dope.
golden era.
That's what I was about to say, bro. You kind of took the words out of my mouth. Like I was gonna say, I'm so glad that I got to experience hip hop and just the music business in general in that era, because we have seen so much evolution and so much change and so much progress in this business. So that's what I want to talk about just a little bit. And your homie said, "Black don't crack." I know that's right. I'm German, and German don't crack either, baby.
There you go.
Hey, we keeping our youth around here. You dig? Um, but throughout your journey within music, let's talk about two sides of this. What would you say has been the most positive change that you've seen within, whether it's hip hop or just the music business in general?
um, I would say more like watching the independent artists
Yeah.
begin their role in taking a stand, not against the commercial music, but more of just taking risks that a lot of these recording industries or record businesses or record companies refuse to take. You
Yeah.
know, a lot of these people nowadays, especially artists, they're like, you know what? If I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna mean it. You know what I'm saying? You can't hold me
Yes.
accountable for it. I'm not signed to you. I'm gonna say what I do, and people are gonna sit there and acknowledge what I do. And if you like it, you like it. You know what I'm saying? That to me, from where it was in music, the days of Tupac, you know what I'm saying, Biggie, where they can say certain things, but then at the same time they get turned away from certain records. Or I've listened to Nas go through it. I've listened to Hove go through it. Certain people that I sat around in the writing room, and I'm like, damn, we can't say this. Yo, you can't say that either. But I know you about that. You know what I'm saying? So now the game is different.
Yes.
I am happy to be in this era where I could see real lyricists get it in. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's facts, bro. And that's a phenomenal point. And I love that you brought that up, because I'll be honest with you, I don't think I've ever had somebody give me that answer before. You're the first. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Soular235. But I just want to chime in on that, because I think that was such a dope answer, because I'm 100% with you. I love that we are in an era where independent artists can make it out here without a major label. period. They got to put that work in. They got to put the money in. They got to put a lot of stuff in. But it's very possible with social media and the DSPs, the digital streaming platforms, for independent artists to go viral and go all the way up without a major backing of a major label behind them. Absolutely. I love that too.
Facts.
Shout out to everybody checking in. You got a lot of people leaving you messages in the comments. We want to just take a quick pause and thank everybody for taking the time to chime in tonight. We are live on the Industry's Most Wanted podcast. We're on multiple platforms. Once again, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. We got Brooklyn in the building. Shout out to Soular235. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot more still to talk about. So let's take it to the opposite side of that same question. What would you say has been the biggest change within this business that you're like, dang, I wish it could go back to the way it was, if any, you know, or is everything that's been changing, are you cool with it?
There's a lot of music I don't like, but that's just me, you know.
Yeah, we're all entitled to an opinion. Facts.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of people who cap in their verses. I'm from the days of you're a lyricist, you're a lyricist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna speak it, you better be about it. If you're not about it, then just keep quiet. You know what I'm saying? But I've witnessed so many people come into this game and they're just, I'm this, I'm that, whatever, whatever, and then you capping. You know what I'm saying? That's the best way that I could put it.
No,
My
for real.
my thing is now that, you know, people have the ability to challenge people now. You know what I'm saying? And if you dig into somebody's life, you better be able to deal with the consequences of dealing with, you know what I'm saying, with what you say. Like, I'm serious, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I've went through situations where it's like, all right, it is what it is. I just gotta roll with the punches and call it a day, you know what I'm saying? But ultimately, listening to some of these artists, you know, like sometimes I look at Instagram or I'll view Facebook and I'll see how many people these you know, how many followers they got, or you know, and I'm telling myself like, yo, you got all these followers, like you got that type of bread. I remember having this conversation with you too, the last interview we had too, and you know, that's my thing about the captain. If you're gonna be an independent artist, then be an independent artist. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna focus on the business, focus on the business. If you're gonna be a rapper, be a rapper. If you're gonna be a singer, be a singer. Don't cap. You know what I'm saying? Don't be something that you're not. That's what pisses me off about
Nah, for real. There's not enough authenticity. I'm glad I said that word right, because I'd be stumbling over something else. Authenticity. Don't ask me to spell it though. But there's not enough of that going on, bro. And you are absolutely right. Because again, you and I know I'm a little bit older than you, but we're still kind of from that same era of, we keep it all the way G. We keep it real. Like, we are from pre-social media. We are from an era where we had to get out in the streets to get to it. When I first got in this business, Instagram did not exist. And same for you. You know what I'm saying? So we had people, you had to keep it real because you had to meet these people in person. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody can put a big facade on for Instagram and TikTok, and these social platforms are blowing nobody's up. And that's just what it is. It ain't no shade, but I'm just calling it like I see it. There's people out here who really ain't having no motion, but they're getting all this attention for doing something ridiculous. Like you said, have several seats, please. You know what I'm saying? Clear it away, because all they're doing is clogging up the space for people like yourself who are really out here on your grind and who really are about their business and putting out good music.
Facts. That's a fact. You know, everything that you said makes 100% sense. You know, I get it. You know, this is a generation where music is going to evolve. And, you know, there's a point in time where, you know, the OGs would we would listen to their type of music and be like, I ain't really feeling it. You know what I'm saying? And then as it evolves, it changes, you know, and through the times, eras change, you know, the look changes, you know, it's still the same game. You know, it's just manipulated in a way to quote unquote make it easy for the independent artist. But it goes back to you networking with a person and you establishing your business and building your brand to something that it makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But my thing is, as an artist and as a man, if you come to me a certain way, and this is who you are, I respect you. If
Yeah.
you come to me in another way and you claim to be this person, but you're not, I'm gonna keep it moving. You know what I'm
No, for
saying?
real. Absolutely.
I've
I
had
agree with
R&B
you.
singers come to me and they're, oh, I'm this, yo, let me jump on your track and da 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 da. And then I'm like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had rappers do the same thing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I help you out. I'm always willing to help people out. You know what I'm saying? But don't cap. Be true to who you are. That's
Nah,
my
for
main thing.
real. And I be honestly, for me, in what I do, and you probably are going to agree with me on this because outside of being an artist, you have other stuff that you got going on business wise. I be leery about people who be over eagerly trying to like get into what I got going on. Like I'm grateful for people coming to me for business, but when they're like over eager and act like they can better my situation and they slick don't really know what I got going on. Those are the type of people, like you said, they just be capping, trying to get involved, trying to catch some motion. I seen somebody post something today about, a lot of people just be doing this. And I'm like, it's the people who be having no motion that have the most to say.
Yep.
Slick. It's like, bro, you ain't doing nothing. Like, what is you talking about? Like, you have no motion, but you over here, you got the most to say about everything. So it's a whole lot of cap, but it is what it is. We're gonna switch gears now. You've been doing this for a long time, man, and I respect that. I just want to give your flowers right now because this is not an easy business. It takes a lot of everything. Like I've seen people's relationships end because of this business. I've seen business relationships end because of this business. Um, for anybody that's coming into this business and hasn't been doing it a long time, drop a gem on them. Like, how have you sustained such longevity in this tough business? And you don't have to get too personal, but on the business and personal side, like what piece of advice could you offer somebody?
You gotta believe in yourself before anybody else can believe in you. You know what I'm saying? Stand by your principles, because if you
Yeah,
don't and you fall into everybody else's traps, you're gonna be just like the other person. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta stand firm. It's tough, it's hard. You may get emotion going, you know what I'm saying, movement happening, and then all of a sudden it stop. And then
yeah,
everybody looks at you sideways. But you gotta keep believing. You gotta tell
that's
yourself
right.
it's gonna happen. A millionaire doesn't become a millionaire overnight. You become a master of something after 10,000 hours. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You practice in 10,000 times and then finally you become a master of it. You got to move on. You got to keep advancing. Just try not to stay stagnant. Trust me when I tell you, man, it's not easy. And when you do get in, you got like 15 seconds of fame. You know what I'm saying? You got 15 seconds. That's it. That's what I call it. You don't get no 15 minutes. Don't believe the hype. 15 seconds. Because everybody
absolutely.
short term, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not easy, man. It's not. But believe in yourself always. I believe in each and every one of you guys who got talent. I don't care how it look. I may not even know you, but I believe in you. And if
Yeah.
that alone gives you the motivation to do what you got to do, whether it's music, whether it's singing, whether you hosting, no matter what, I believe in you. Now get your ass up and do what you got to do.
I know that's right because the era that we are in right now, it is truly a bittersweet. It's sweet because we can literally reach the whole world from our phone through
Yep.
social media, just the internet, period. That's the sweet part. But the bitter part is it also now has made everybody think that they can become a superstar, like you said, overnight, which they can't. It doesn't happen. Millionaires aren't created overnight. And so it's like a bittersweet. So it's like now we got to weed our way through all these extra people who really ain't doing nothing but feel like, oh, I can pop up and blow up overnight on social media. Nah, it don't work like that. You really got to put that work in.
Yep.
Shout out to
Mhm.
Shaw Sight for checking in. What's good?
Yo, what up, Syph? Yo, we'll chat
Hey.
later, my G.
Most definitely. So let's just talk about what you got going on now. I feel like people kind of got a little bit of history of Soular235 and your beliefs within this music business, which is important for people to understand your journey because it's been a long one. What you working on right now?
I'm actually working on a lot. So I'm working on a short film right now. Shout out to Eddie Unknown and the whole his production squad. I'm also wrapping up my book that I'm gonna be putting out very soon. And
Nice.
the project gonna be dropping June 9th. Persevere. You know, it's a long
1
time
month from
coming.
today.
Huh?
1 month from today.
That's right. That's right. You know what I'm saying? It's a long time coming. One of the most difficult projects that I've had to put together. There's been a lot of negativity, so I had to pull myself away from music and reset. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So with
There's
me
nothing
doing
wrong with
that,
that.
finally got my mind right. You know, finally got the movement together. Finally, so I'm stepping forward now. That's all I'm doing, stepping forward.
Facts, man. And that's what you got to do, because if we are not right within ourselves, and I'm talking mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, and there's probably a few more in there. If we don't have all that stuff in line, our personal lives, it's hard for us to give ourselves and pour ourselves into other people. So sometimes you got to take a step back, get everything together. You know what I'm saying? And once you feel like you're in a comfortable space within yourself, now you can step back out there and start pouring yourself into other people. And that's what you're doing right now. You're
Yeah.
giving them this project. How many songs are going to be on it?
Only 6. So I
Okay,
need to
so
give
it's
the
an
world.
EP. Okay.
Mhm. Only
Let's
6.
talk in depth about this, because it's releasing 1 month from today. And I know how much you put as an artist, as a musician, that you put into a project. How long was this EP in the works?
Whew. So this EP was in the works from since last year. You know,
Okay.
after I finished the Lyrical Crucifixion 2 project with all those celebrities and dealing with all the headaches and whatever the case is, I said to myself, all right, I need to put something out with meaning. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like something that's gonna be me 100%. And
Yeah.
sitting down talking with my wife and telling her like I don't want to do this music no more. Like I'm so sick of this game. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I get
Uh,
it. Trust me.
like it's, it's so much headaches and it's so much time and people really don't understand, you know, how much time you lose when you work on a project. But if you
Yeah.
believe in it, you got to put that work in. So, you know, my wife one day said, you know what? I'm gonna close the door and I need you to just go in. And I just went in. Now
Shout
we
out
get
to her for believing in you and keeping that fire alive inside of you. That is so beautiful. Much love to her.
yeah, definitely. You know, my one and only, man. Without her, I don't know, man. I probably would have lost it a long time ago, but
Yeah,
she always tells me just, you know, keep your head up, keep going forward. And
that's
again,
so
nobody
dope.
believe in you, I believe in you. So that's what we stand by. That's what we live by. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that is
Through all the
so dope.
heartache and pain, we got each other.
Yeah. And that's what life is about, man, is just really like once you find your partner, and you'll know once you meet that person that that's the person for you. From there, just building together, uplifting each other. Maybe when one's feeling a little down, the other one is going to lift you up. That's what that partnership is about, whether you're married or you're just in a long-term relationship, is just finding that solid person and uplifting each other. So again, let's give your wife her flowers too right now, for supporting you and always uplifting you, because again, this music business is tough. I've seen it tear some relationships apart, and it's not easy. So when you have a supportive significant other, man, that's such a beautiful thing right there.
Definitely.
Most
Definitely.
definitely. So, I want to talk a little bit more in depth about the book now. We talked about this EP is coming up. It's releasing on June 9th on all the digital platforms. Tell them again the title real quickly of the EP.
Name of the EP is called Persevere.
Persevere. Okay. Most definitely. You guys can be on the lookout for that. You said you're wrapping up your book.
Yeah.
So is this your first book that you've written?
Nah, I've actually written like 7, I think 7 or 8. Yeah, published 7 or 8 books.
Where are the other
Um,
ones at so I can catch up?
uh,
I'm late.
basically, like the other books was my journey through the music business. Like every time I went through something with a major label or a major artist, whatever the case is, I wrote on it. You know what I'm saying? I tried to touch on it because there's a lot of information that indie artists don't know. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Everybody thinks I'm gonna get with this person and everything's gonna work out. No, it's not like that. Person
No.
can feel, business is business at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have your business right, you're not gonna move right at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No matter how great your talent is. People think, oh, I move based on my talent and everything is good. There's a difference. There's music and then the business of music. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And if you don't understand the business of music, you better start learning. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, because you'll get chewed up and spit out. They will
Yes.
tear you apart in this business because there are people out here who are preying on those individuals who haven't learned the business. There are people out here who are going to jump in your DM and sell you a dream. And unfortunately, a lot of these artists fall for the okie doke because they want it so bad, but they don't know that they're being scammed or pulled into a bad situation. And there's no school for this. They don't teach us the fundamentals of the music business in school. You got to
Nope.
learn all this stuff on your own, or you got to consult with people. You got to read books. You got to do that kind of stuff. And it's important because it's no different than any other business. There are no shortcuts in this music business, artists. There's none. Like, you cannot skip no steps. You got to take every single step all the way to the top because it's no different than whatever other career path you choose. You can't skip steps. You can't skip out of college and decide that you want to be a doctor. It don't work like that. You got to hit every, you know what I'm saying? And it's no different in this music business. I'm so glad that you're educating people.
Yeah, it's very important, and my time of going through the journey of dealing with the major labels and dealing with executives and just even dealing with my own ego, because sometimes you need to dumb down. You need to humble yourself.
Yeah,
If you don't humble yourself, you're gonna miss what that lesson is supposed to be at the end of the day.
that's
you know
right.
and you got to understand that in this business as well as life, it's about financial literacy. So you need to
Mm.
build your financial literacy first before you can sit down there and talk about you want to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? It pisses me off when I hear people like, yo, I want to do this but I ain't got that. Like that, I almost cursed just now, but you know what I'm saying? It just
Beep,
it
beep, beep.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? It gets to that point. It definitely gets to that point where you can be great lyrically. You can, and I've met a lot of great talent, a lot of great hungry artists. You know what I'm saying? But you got to get back to the basics. It's about reading. It's about learning. It's about listening. That's it.
Absolutely. Listen, and I have to send praise. I'm in Atlanta now, but I'm from Florida. I gotta send praise out to the governor of Florida because he just passed a bill that in order to graduate high school, you have to take a financial literacy class.
Good,
Hallelujah.
good,
It
good.
teaches you about credit, budgeting, checking account balancing. You cannot graduate high school in the state of Florida unless you take this financial literacy class. I said it's about time someone stood up and implemented that and put it in place because that was one of the main key things that they were missing in the school system. Like, a lot of the stuff that they're teaching, I've never used it in life,
Right.
period. It's like clogging up space in my brain. I don't need that. So, yes, that financial literacy is absolutely a major key factor. And I'm so glad that you mentioned that as well, because a lot of people, even adults, some of them need to take financial literacy courses and classes.
Exactly. And you know what? We're moving in the era now where people are talking about the metaverse. People are talking
Yeah.
about crypto. People are talking
Yes.
about things that you sit down and be like, well, damn, I remember back in the days where it was about stock. Now it's beyond stock. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? People are starting to get into real estate. People are starting
Yes.
to open their minds and realizing you got to own a piece of the earth in order for you to do what you need to do for yourself. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And that's the type of stuff that we should have been learning growing up. I don't blame our parents. I don't blame whatever, but I do blame the system for not
Yes.
educating that to us earlier. Because if you think about it, 401k ain't 401k. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Nah, for real.
You can't rely on Social Security. You got to start
Facts.
doing things that's gonna help you elevate. You know what I'm saying? And when I hear some of these rappers speak, I'm like, I hear you. You know what I'm saying? But I don't feel you. I don't. And until you are authentic with what you're doing and you understand what it's like to grow and develop into something that makes sense or sense, then I can't help you. I can't,
Nah, for
you know what I'm
real.
saying? Like people refuse to do their research. They refuse to look back and analyze their history. You know what I'm saying? And not just who they are and learn his story, but history in general.
History.
You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? But
Bro, you deep. You going deep with it. And I love that. I love having these kind of conversations because I know you and I are both have entrepreneurial mindsets. And as an entrepreneur, like this is my 9 to 5. Like me being in this music business is my 9 to 5. So guess what? It doesn't come with benefits. I don't get health insurance and 401ks and retirement plans and life insurance. I got to go buy all that stuff for myself. You get what I'm
right,
saying? So you're absolutely right. It's important if you're going to be in this business full time as an entrepreneur, you got to learn this stuff because you got to learn about cryptocurrency and investing in the stock market on your own because that is going to be your retirement. Buying pieces of land now so we can maybe potentially build on it later.
there you go. There you go. And
Man,
people
shout out
need
to
to
everybody
understand.
checking in. We talking some deep stuff tonight. I love these kind of conversation. You know what I'm saying? I like diving deep because sometimes people just want to scratch on the surface. I'm like, no, if we can take a few minutes to dive in deep and actually have an intelligent conversation, man, I respect it. But I know you got this new record that I definitely want to take a time to check out. It's called Rider, right?
Yeah, rider.
Let's talk about it. And when I say let's talk about it, I want to know all the nitty gritty, all the details. Who produced it? Did you engineer it? Where is it available? Give us all those details.
So Rider was it was actually produced by Dope Boys Music, producers in Germany. Um
Oh, it
I
might be, it might be my kaka.
Yeah, it might be. But yeah, so I mixed and mastered it. Um, spent hours on it literally, and I just decided to take my craft to another level. Those who know me know I'm a battle rapper, know I'm a conscious rapper, know I get it in, but I'm 40. You know what I'm saying? So I need to elevate. I need to grow. I need to get past that stage of gangster and whatever the case is. I gotta grow. I gotta do it for my kids at the end of the
Yeah.
day. Gotta show my wife, like, yeah, I'm hard headed, I'm a warrior, I'm whatever, but I'm a man first before anything. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. You know, one thing I heard 2 Chainz say in one of his interviews, and it's always stuck with me because you know 2 Chainz is in his 40s and he's still very relevant. He's still selling out major arenas and he's still doing his thing. He said in one of his interviews, you have to get on board or get left behind.
That's right.
And that's just that on that, period. Not to say that we got to dumb ourselves down or degrade ourselves or do something we don't believe in. But what we can do is take what's relevant and make it our own and put it out in the Tampa Mystic way or the Soular235 way to where it's still going to resonate with the young generation today, but we're giving them us behind it, if that makes sense.
Right, right. Absolutely right. It makes 100% sense. I've been to seminars where I've spoken to OGs and pioneers of the music, and they still continue. Or even if like one of the dudes that I love rocking out with, Phantasm. When I sit and I talk to him from the Cellar Dwellers, and I'm like, yo, we up there, but we still rocking out. We still
Yeah.
doing what we do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not here. My goal is not to compete with anybody,
Yeah.
but just to show myself, like, look, I'm all right. I'm good. I'm not
A
here to
hundred
be the
percent.
greatest rapper of all time. Nah. You know what I'm
A
saying?
100%. I'm with you, bro. Like we can be the best version of ourselves, and that's it. You know, the only person I'm in competition with is myself because I want to outdo what I did yesterday, and so on and so
Right.
on. You know what I'm saying? Like outside of that, it's not that I don't see what other people got going on because I support people, but you can't focus too much on other people because really at the end of the day, people don't go to bed thinking about us. People get caught up in worrying about what other people may think about them. At the end of the day, they don't think about you. I don't go to bed thinking about anybody other than me and my family, and that's it. Period.
That's right.
So
right.
Focus on yourself, be yourself, be authentic. Like Soular235 said, there's too much cap out there, and this sure enough is. The cap is very real, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I love all y'all, though. No shade. Most definitely. Well, listen, before we get into this record, there's 3 things that we always got to do on the Industry's Most Wanted podcast to close it out before we get into the record. 1, tell everybody that may or may not know where you're at on social media, how they can get in touch with you and follow you.
Just Google me, man. I'm everywhere. SOULAR235. Just Google me. I'll pop up.
He Googleable. I know that's right. Most definitely. That's dope. Second thing we got to do, man. I know you mentioned some people along the way that's, been a part of your journey, your wife and other people. Anybody you want to shout out to?
Just shout out to everybody who's been supporting me, man. Big High, you know what I'm saying? Shaw Sife, definitely my partner. You know what I'm saying? My personal trainer, Nick, you know what I'm saying? My boy, Brian. Everybody who's just been in my corner, guided me through difficult times, man. Regardless of what type of position I'm in, we all face difficult shit. You know what I'm saying? Part of my French for saying so, but you know what I'm saying?
No, you're good. I'll say it with you. We face difficult shit. I'm gonna join you on that. Definitely. And one more time, shout out to everybody who tuned in with us tonight, whether you caught us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, or YouTube. Thank you guys. If you guys missed any part of this, it will be up on Facebook and YouTube permanently, so you can go back and check it out. Shameless plug. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the Industry's Most Wanted YouTube channel. But the last thing we got to do, and this is going to be my most important question of the whole night. We are live on the Industry's Most Wanted podcast. We got my homie, my brother. Shout out to Soular235 checking in. So my last question of the whole conversation before we get into your record is, what makes you the Industry's Most Wanted?
My grind, hands down. Ain't nothing more to say about that. My grind. And if you don't believe it, look me up and see.
I know that's right. He Googleable. Make sure y'all go check him out. Bro, it's such a pleasure. I wish we could do this more often because, when we come together, it's always a vibe. We have great conversations. So, anytime you want to come back, definitely let me know. If you ever out here in the A, I know we talked about this before. You and your wife want to take a trip out here.
Yeah.
I would love to have you come by the podcast studio. It would be amazing.
Definitely. I'll make sure to get in contact with you. We're trying to do that this summer, so I'll definitely hit you up. We chop it up and we go from there. You feel me?
That would be amazing. Thank you to all the ladies that checked in tonight. Hey, one time for the ladies. So listen, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into this record. It's called Rider. Go ahead and introduce it for us and we're going to check it out.
It's your boy Soular235. New single called Rider. Make sure y'all cop that Perseverance June 9th. You feel me? Cheers.
Let's go. That beat is hard. That little intro is vibey.
I should have known this would happen right from the very start. But I was broken, alone, and homeless, and couldn't talk. I couldn't see myself loving no other Wonder Woman. I tried to keep my composure, but I was going through it. While being questioned by many people, what's going on? I did for others, all I tried to do was keep them strong. I was abused, cheated on, guess it's all a game. When I was younger, honestly, your brother did the same. See, I was focused on getting money. I used to love a good challenge that had me thinking ugly. But something happened to me, funny how you crossed the mind. I hit the internet reply when you told me hi. Guess I was curious, I never lost love for you. Was incomplete and didn't really understand the view. I was too serious, but look at how we came around. Could you imagine our life if we stayed, baby? Look at how we do it now. Cause I don't wanna go the wrong way.
Hey.
Meet me on the road down to Heartbreak Hotel.
vibey, y'all. I'm loving it. Let me get on my DJ ish real quick. Shout out to Soular235. Let's go.
Wanted. While educating each other, standing with open arms, or travel somewhere expensive whenever life got hard. Cause we been there for each other, ain't no mistake in that. I used to want to do so much things from you from the back. I guess that's the hood in me now, but I'ma keep it real. I couldn't see myself struggling with no other girl. We took a chance with the future, forget the problems, honey. Cause this is our opportunity to survive it lovely. Follow the plans, build the credit, getting life together. Watching the stars from afar, life is looking better. So understand, I have never lost a love for you. But as a child, I just couldn't understand the view. I was too serious, but look at how we came around. Could you imagine our life if we stayed, baby? Look at how we do it now. Cause I don't wanna go the wrong way. Don't leave me on the road down to Heartbreak Hotel. I just wanna be a rider, trying to find your love. Cause I don't wanna go the wrong way. Don't leave me on the road down to Heartbreak Hotel. I just wanna be a rider, die.
I like how that beat breaks down. It's a vibe. You getting all the flames. You know what I'm saying? They throwing up the flames in the chat. Shout out to everybody checked in, man. Listen, I just want to give you some quick love on that record. It's a feel-good record. Like, if you don't listen to that song and feel good afterwards, then there's no help for you. Like, I don't know what else to say. Because that record just made me happy. It made my heart happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a feel-good record. It's very vibey. I think it's very, like, you know, modern to what people want to hear now. It kind of had like a somewhat of an old school vibe, but with the current sound, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And I'm loving it, man. You getting all this love up in the chat right now. They showing all that love, man. We appreciate everybody who took the time to chime in. If there's anybody here that's not following Soular235, make sure you run over to his social platforms, follow him, keep up with the movement. The project is going to be out in 1 month from today. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you guys go cop that. Before we get up out of here, you know, is there anything else that you want to let everybody know about?
Like I said, Google me, but I do want to say this. Much love to everybody who's been in my corner. Jessica, Jamal, Ha, Ricky, you know what I'm saying? Everybody who's been there just pushing me through it, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, me wanting to walk away, I was literally to that point where I'm like, yo, I'm selling my equipment, I'm selling that, I'm just done. I'm about to delete myself from social media, and my wife pushing me, you know. So I just hope that once this project drop, y'all feel the vibe. It's positive.
I'm so glad that you did not give up, because I'm a believer in we don't lose until we stop. Like we can't stop. We got something to prove out here, whether we want to admit it or not. You've been doing this for way too long to throw in the towel now. You still young. Like 40 is the new 20. I don't care what anybody says. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look like you 20. You got energy like you 20. So you got longevity, bro. Shout out to you. Shout out to your wife. Shout out to everybody who's supporting the movement, man. Like, definitely much love and much respect. Once again, thank you, everybody who tapped in tonight. All your people are here showing you love. If you guys missed any part of this, please go back and make sure you watch it all the way through. We up out of here, though, y'all. Thank you guys for tapping in tonight. And I hope you guys have a blessed and productive week. You dig?